All right. Well, welcome back.
Okay. Hey.
Hey, so how's things going since the last time I saw you?
Oh, much better actually with that coworker. I got sick for a minute there since I've been here last. I was in the hospital, and that coworker actually came by and saw me every day, except for one.
Wow.
Yeah, I was surprised. Before she went to work, every day she stopped in, and one day she even brought me a muffin. Big one, big muffin.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really nice of her.
It was really nice. And I guess it worried her because I was pretty sick. And I was out a good work week. And I guess it worried her that actually I was real sick. So she actually does care about me, I guess.
So what had happened that caused you to be in the hospital?
Oh, it was, I had been struggling with walking pneumonia for like a month. Maybe actually 6 weeks. The first 2 weeks was kind of bronchitis, and then it turned into walking pneumonia, and then I was really having trouble breathing, and it turned into now COPD. So now I have COPD too. But they got that all worked out, and I'm working with my pulmonologist and my primary physician to get me back healthy again. So I'll always have COPD, but I can be able to control it. I don't have to have oxygen. You see, I don't carry a bottle. Thank goodness right now. So hopefully I won't have to. So, and then just this past weekend, actually, some more stress. My son was in a car wreck. A pretty good one. Totaled his car out. I mean, he's okay. He's hurting, and they lacerated his index finger on his right hand, which he does tattoo work, so that's going to affect his work for a minute, and he's without a car. So of course, a little stressing about that. Make sure he's going to be okay, but his body took a beating, so he kind of hurt all over. But he's recovering, but he's going to have to go through the insurance, and the lady didn't have a driver's license, but her husband had insurance on the vehicle she was driving, so hopefully everything will work out as far as her insurance, because it was her fault. She ran a red light. And so that's a little bit of stress there, but hopefully everything will work out. And then a couple weeks ago we had hail here, and a hail damage to 2 of my cars and my roof. So it's just when it rains, it pours. It's just a whole lot of stuff going on. And then of course with the hospital bills, they're just starting to come in. So that's joy. Happy joy. I'm gonna pay those bills. Yeah.
But how's your health now?
It's good. Keeping me alive long enough to pay the bills, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just making it humorous.
Okay.
Laugh about it. If you laugh, you're gonna cry.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but then it's gonna work. It's all gonna work out. Yeah. So hopefully, no more bad things will happen for a while here.
Okay. So you said they diagnosed you with COPD. So have you done anything differently to change, like?
Oh, I definitely don't smoke anymore. Now I wasn't smoking that much towards the end. Anyway, didn't smoke at all during the day during my work day. It was just when I was at home and on my time, my relaxing time. But now I don't smoke at all. Okay. So that has changed, and of course that's it's not gonna fix what's wrong, but it's hopefully cease it from getting any worse. And possibly maybe getting my breathing a little bit better if I get my lungs back stronger again. Like I said, they're never going to be 100%, but then whose is after years and years of breathing just polluted air and whatever. There's always going to be lung damage. Everybody has lung damage. I'm sure to some extent. I just happened to put some smoke in there with it for years. So of course you do things like that, there's consequences to things. So, but yeah, I've quit. I'm not going to go back to it. I've quit now when I was sick, I wasn't smoking. When I was in the hospital for a week, I didn't smoke then. And I've been home a couple of weeks now. With 3 weeks now I've been home. Something like 3-4 weeks. I haven't been smoking, so I've gone this far. I don't really need need it.
Mhm.
Oh, sure, I miss it with my coffee in the morning. That was probably my favorite cigarette of the day, was that morning coffee cigarette.
Mhm.
I'm having some problems sleeping, but I think that might be a part of the inhaler that I use in the morning and at night for the COPD. It's got some steroids in it,
Mhm.
so that it's affecting my sleeping patterns. But hopefully, taking some melatonin, something natural, to see if that will help me sleep. I don't have a problem going to sleep. It's staying asleep.
Mhm.
Once once I go to bed, I'm out, but then I'm back awake in an hour. So it's like I take a big power nap and then I'm awake, but I'm tired, but I can't go back to sleep. So the melatonin is helping with that. And I just picked up some of this herbal tea. So
Mhm.
it's got chamomile and lavender and stuff. I'm
Mhm.
gonna try that tonight and see if that doesn't help. Also help as well. Just drink that before I go to bed and see if that doesn't help.
Mhm.
We'll see.
So when you wake up in the middle of the night, is there anything that maybe wakes you up, or is it just like, do you think there's anything that triggers you to wake up in the middle of the night, or is it just?
No, it's just I just wake up. I just look at the clock and that like an hour has passed, and I was doing that in the hospital too. I did not sleep at the hospital. It wasn't because they were noisy or loud or anything, because it was actually pretty quiet.
Mhm.
I couldn't sleep because it wasn't my bed for one thing.
And different surrounding, I
Yeah,
suppose. It's
different
just not
surroundings.
your bed.
Yeah, and it wasn't the most. It's actually comfortable, and they say that the old hospital beds used to be like, but I'm used to my big bed and spreading out, and I don't usually sleep on my back. Usually sleep on my sides. So that was a difference. I just couldn't sleep there. My back would hurt, so I'd be sitting up at night just playing with my tablet
Mhm.
and stuff. And then I'd take a little cat nap. So I was pretty tired when I left the hospital. And I
Mhm.
thought I'd just sleep for days. Yeah, that didn't happen. I just kind of took a power nap and
Mhm.
was back up again. So I'm just, like I said, tired, but I just can't sleep. So hopefully that all works itself out.
Mhm. Mhm.
Eventually get back on my schedule, a pattern again, a good pattern. But I sleep with I have sleep apnea as well, so I sleep with CPAP machine.
Mhm.
So that also helps me
Mhm.
breathe
So
at night.
before your time in the hospital, were you able to sleep through the night? Has it just where you haven't been able to sleep since that you've been out of the hospital?
Yeah, before I went to the hospital, I was able to sleep through the night, except for the coughing, because I was sick.
Okay.
And I had this cough that kept me awake at night. But then they gave me cough medicine for that. So if I didn't have a coughing spell, for the most part, I was sleeping, but I was still tired. The body was tired just from being sick.
Mhm.
But for the most part, I actually was asleep, I thought. So,
Mhm.
but yeah. But in time, that'll hopefully all work out, and I'm gonna take a vacation this summer, even though I've used most of my time up.
Mhm.
It's another worry. I've used most of my time up, or almost all of it,
Mhm.
being out sick. So, and my time just started over in January. Here just being March, I've got all year not having a vacation, but I'm gonna take one anyway because they said I needed to just start slowing down a little bit, not doing so much.
Right.
I was so involved in stuff that it's time to say no sometimes.
Right.
When people ask me to do things, I need to say no sometimes because I was just doing too much.
Well, and there's an importance with the self-care, making sure that you're getting the sleep and you're taking your time and having basically time for you to where you can be able to be there for other people. Because if you're
Yeah.
always there for other people, it
Yeah,
tends to wear you out.
after being in the hospital a week, I had a lot of time just to sit and think about stuff, and it's like, all that other stuff is not important. If I don't have time to spend with my family, and I'm well enough to spend time with my family and do fun things with them,
Mhm.
and if I don't start taking care of myself, I'm losing a whole lot of precious time.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm just missing out. So
Mhm.
I need to just start saying no, and just not doing some of the things I used to do before.
Mhm.
And just start taking some time and doing things I want to do.
Mhm. Making you a priority, making
Yeah.
sure that you take care of you. I know you said that you've given up your smoking. Is there anything else that you've done to help?
Got back to the gym because I had stopped going to the gym. I've been a member for years.
Mhm.
My son goes to the gym. He was using it more than I am.
Mhm.
My daughter does. goes to the gym, but I got to the point where I wanted to, but I didn't feel well enough to anymore. I was tired. It's kind of like a catch-22. You want to go work out to feel better. They say you'll feel better if you work out, but then you're too tired to work out. Okay, so it's like, yeah, you're too tired to work out. If you get there and you work out, then you're really tired, and then you're just kind of pushing yourself, and it's like, well, now I'm feeling better, so I'm going to work out so I can feel better. Before it was like, oh man, I was too tired to even think about going and working out. By working out, I mean the treadmill. I'm not going to do any weightlifting and stuff like that.
Right.
I was like, oh,
Not going to be an Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything.
Well, not as much steroids as I've been on lately.
You could be an Arnold Schwarzenegger. But it's kind of like it's like the spirit wants to do it, but the physical part of you just couldn't do it.
Could not do it.
Yeah.
The body could
but
not
now
do it.
It's kind of the reverse. Now you're starting to physically feel like you're able to do it, and it's meeting up with the spiritual, like you're ready spirit-wise to do it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think once I feel good, mentally and medically, physically, I think everything else will fall into place. I'll be able to handle all the stresses of my son having a car wreck and worrying about, if he's going to be able to get another car and that one wasn't paid for, and because part of it's in my name, so I'm also in there somewhere, but I can't really do anything because the insurance is in his name, so he's got to take care of it. So I'll be here to help him, of course, but hopefully he does the right thing and knows what he's doing.
But you said overall he was okay. Physically he was okay?
Physically,
just mentally
okay.
He's got a lot of things.
Yeah,
we're just trying to organize and.
Yeah, he's, like I said, he's hurting. He was in bed yesterday, and moving real slow. The left side seems to be bothering him more so than the right. The one left leg, it's hard for him to lift it, but I think the seat belt, he was hit from the right side, and his left side, I think, hit the door, and his hand from the windshield. I'm not sure. I have not seen the car, but from what I understand, everybody's saying that it's pretty well demolished.
Really?
Yeah, it's totaled. So it's, like I said, it wasn't paid for. It was a 2015 vehicle, so it wasn't paid for yet. So he's got some financial burdens as well. But hopefully her insurance will take care of most of that, so he doesn't have to deal with that.
And with that's just one thing at a time, just trying to,
Yeah.
It's hard to know. I know you had said it just happened a couple of days ago, and it being the weekend, it's hard to really get to talk to anybody until Monday, so.
Yeah, exactly. So we won't know anything till, tomorrow.
Right.
And, that, and I still haven't heard on my roof. The adjusters have already come on my roof and stuff and said it definitely had hail damage, so, but I haven't heard back, and that was over a week ago, so. And they haven't even looked at my cars yet, and the cars both got hail damage. So, you can only imagine what my insurance is going to do in the house and on the cars next year. So I just renewed them this month.
Yeah.
So next year, I'm sure they're going to go. Well, in 6 months, my car insurance will probably go up, and the house insurance will renew in a year.
Yeah, but you haven't really made any claims, so
No,
this is probably your biggest claim.
Once you get a claim, once you can start making claims, their insurance will go up. So.
Yeah.
But
okay, so overall though, since the last time you have gone through quite a bit of stuff, so
I'm dealing.
Overall,
I'm dealing with it. Yeah.
But you seem more. I would say, despite you kind of solemn to where, I know there's a lot on your plate right now, but I know, I think the last time I saw you, you seemed more tired. You do seem to have more energy about you than you did the last time I saw you, so
yeah.
I think that gym is really doing you good.
Yeah.
Could be an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Huh? I don't think so. If I can just walk the pace I used to walk, I was, getting to where I was just walking even a little bit was taking a lot of breath out of me. I was short of breath.
Right.
And then with the bronchitis and the walking pneumonia, that it really I think I've had. Well, they know I've had COPD for some time. I was just never diagnosed with it. They never went far enough to really check. Because last year I was at this time of year, and the year before that, I was real sick at this time, but nobody really did any background or research on it or really followed it up. So it took me having to almost stop breathing for them to finally say, yeah, there's more going on here than just bronchitis every year.
Mm-hmm.
So this year was the year that finally just shut everything down, and they took it seriously. That was wrong with me. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I think, like you said, I think everything's going to turn around now that I'm feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else will fall into place. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but I think I'm strong enough to handle it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time today.
Okay, I'll see you.
See you next
some other
time.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.